What's going on, guys? General Santucci here, and I'm joined with Praetor Santucci, the Praetor of New Jersey. And we're going to bring you to the world as you see it behind us, back in the Second Punic War and the Mediterranean and all that. We're gonna show you, we're gonna give you a history lesson with a punch, and it's just gonna be like so crazy that it's just gonna, you rarely ever see anything like this. You can see all what's going on here, and we're going to be using to depict the battles, to show you the battles. We're showing in Rome Total War Rome 2, and in future videos we'll do Total War Attila to show you the later stuff.
Exactly. This is Rome. This is the Mediterranean world at the time of the Second Punic War, and roughly about that period, maybe a little bit after, a little bit before. Some of the stuff changes through history as a result of the battles that ensue here. And this is a period that you don't really get to learn in your high school history classes. You don't really get to learn much about this in your college history classes. So if you're somebody who wants to learn about this stuff, this might be a video that you consider looking at, and it's going to teach you a lot. I think it's going to be enlightening, and it might be the start of your interest in history or what goes on in ancient Rome. And this is hundreds of years. Let's just set the stage here. This is hundreds of years before the assassination of Julius Caesar.
Yeah.
So we're not talking about the same people. We're not talking about the same families.
Or the same style of Roman military.
This is a totally different Roman military.
Yep, their fleets were different. Everything about Rome was different.
Yep, this is a much smaller empire, centered around Italy over here. We'll see if we got that right or not. And they're beset by multiple empires and nation states, you could call them. The Carthaginians to the south, the Spanish tribes to the west, the Gauls to the north, and then to the east, all the Greek states that were formerly under the rule of Alexander.
Yeah.
And this is a world that you don't necessarily see as ripe for Rome's glory and rise to become masters of the known world. But they will become masters of the known world, and it starts in the Second Punic War.
Pretty much. And you really get to see how badass Rome really is, and how tough they really are, and how hard they can get hit and come back for more. They're like the mixed martial arts fighters, of the ancient world that get knocked down, and it looks like they're about to they got to be finished, but all of a sudden they come up and just give it a knockout punch, and it's pretty much what they did with Hannibal and with the Samnites and with Macedonia, Macedon with Philip, and just so much crap going on, and you got the barbarians, and they just don't know what's gonna like this right at the beginning of the war, what's really gonna hit them. So there's no way to prepare for something like this.
Yeah. So General Santucci, do you want to talk about what happens maybe at the beginning of the Second Punic War and just go through that? What goes on and how does it start necessarily?
Well, pretty much it's done by it was a city in Spain.
Saguntum.
That's right. Saguntum, and they both were just like, hey, they're an ally of Rome, but Saguntum attacked one of Carthage's allies and said, listen, they attacked one of our people, so we're going to attack them back. It's only right. And they said, well, if you attack Saguntum, then you declare war against Carthage. So they had one of the senators, what's his name?
I'm not really
sure. He's a really big known senator. I think he was given emergency powers too during Hannibal was around, fighting in Roman soil. So
in Italy, guys.
Yeah, in Italy.
This is a big difference compared to the wars later on. They never really fight in Italy after this.
Yeah, it's very must have been terrifying for them. And this senator goes to Carthage and says, listen, and this side of my cloak is peace. This other side of my cloak is war.
Which will you have?
Which will you have? Yep. And then they said, why don't you choose? They told the senator just holding the cloaks, you choose. And then he just war. And so
there you have it.
The war just began. And just like complete mayhem. And Rome was very confident. They said they really beat Carthage in the first Punic War.
Right. So this isn't the first one, guys. This
Yeah.
is the second Punic War between Rome and Carthage.
Yeah, and they're like they have a confidence in them. They're like, well, we slapped the hell out of these guys and before, so what's the difference now? We're in Rome. We defeat the Samnites, so we defeat these Gauls and all this stuff. They had like barbarian invasions and all kinds of stuff already, and they, now they have to fight these guys, and it's just like the last thing they ever think was going to happen was he's going to go march through the Alps of 50,000 plus men.
Not expected at all.
Yeah.
Most of the Roman senators and high military officials thought this was going to be a war fought in Spain amongst the Spanish tribes and the allies of the two empires, not between the two empires themselves, and definitely not in Italy.
Yeah, Italy was just like far-fetched. Like if they had a bet, where do you think we're gonna fight the decisive battle, or where's the biggest battle gonna be fought? You think Italy? No. Would you like to put a bet on that? I'll bet everything I have. That's pretty much what it would have been. They would bet everything they have that it would not be on Italy, on Roman soil.
But so Hannibal sieges Saguntum and successfully takes it over.
My attack on Saguntum was brutal.
He also, at this time, successfully roused the spirits of the Spanish tribes in the Iberian Peninsula, and as well as he also hires mercenaries from Africa, Numidians, and he also has his regular African Carthaginian soldiers with him.
Yeah.
And he marches north through Spain. So I'm going to say north through Spain right here, right? Imagine, wherever, right?
Yeah, you'll see.
It'll be right up there. North through Spain, and then into France or Gaul, and later through the Alps.
Oh yeah, the Alps were the most challenging thing. In daily life, if somebody I think is a complete tough dude that doesn't give up, I say to him, you would have been one of the surviving people in Hannibal's march through the Alps. Like, and that's big. And to see, just imagine, you can't put people side by side too much in the Alps. So this is a long line of people, and you can't stop. You stop, you die. You stop to take a piss, you're dead. You stop to eat something, you're dead.
There are warring tribes that want to kill you.
Yeah, they want what you have, weapons, your gold, your silver, food, everything. They want it all. An elephant, what is that? We'll take it. So they what happened was when they got to the Alps, like there was like in the Alps there's like obstacles in the way. So what they had to do, big boulders and pieces of the mountain fell into their pathway. They already had scouts scouted before and it was fine. When the shit fell in there, they don't have any heavy machinery. So what do you do by hand? They had to carve like holes into these rocks, shove a firewood in there, light it on fire all around these rock bases. Then they had to pour vinegar onto the rocks, and the rocks were softened. Then they had a couple hundred men bashing at the rocks with hammers and pickaxes, and it shattered the rocks. He did it all the way through.
He essentially carved his way through the Alps, figuratively. He did actually do it, though.
Yeah.
So while this is happening, though, there was a series of skirmishes in southern France, southern Gaul, before he decided to cross the Alps with the consul Publius Cornelius Scipio.
Yeah.
Now, this is not the same Scipio that we'll see later on at the Battle of Zama.
A lot of Scipios.
There are a lot of Scipios. This is from the same family. In fact, it's his father. So this is Publius Cornelius Scipio Africanus' father, and he encounters Hannibal. Not so much Hannibal, but his scouts in southern France, and quickly deduces, smart man, that Hannibal is traveling into Italy through the Alps. Now he tries to catch him in Cisalpine Gaul, which is just south of the Alps. You're talking like the Po Valley, where modern day Milan is. I don't know if you guys know that area. Look it up, you'll see what I'm talking about. Where Genoa might be. And he tries to race him by boat. He takes a boat to Rome and then marches north from Rome through Etruria and tries to get to Cisalpine Gaul. But Hannibal is so quick with his movement through the Alps that he beats him to Cisalpine Gaul by quite a few days, actually, and is able to go around to the local Gallic villages and try and rouse support from these Gallic barbarians that have been essentially disenfranchised and treated badly as allies of Rome. They were allies of Rome, remember that. Yeah. However, Hannibal is going to appeal to their desire for freedom and their resentment towards the Roman Republic. Yeah. And we'll see it successfully does work out for him.
But many of them would not join. Say, why would we join you? And then you lose, and then we get destroyed, even worse. So they said, you have to prove to us that you can do this, because not one man is going to join you. So he had to prove himself before he got local tribes to join him. So that this first battle was
the Ticinus River.
Yeah.
So the first battle in Italy's brutal battle decided mostly by cavalry, right? Mostly by the Numidian cavalry versus the noble cavalry of the Roman forces. Well, the noble in the sense, maybe not so noble.
Equite, noble is the same
right,
thing.
equites, exactly. That's a good term that you want to know. Equites, it means from a noble family, and it concerns horsemen. So the equites lose to the Numidian cavalry, who have an odd way of fighting. They ride, without a saddle.
Yeah, without a bridle or
There's just the horse and the man. And Hannibal successfully defeats the Roman cavalry at the Battle of Ticinus, and that is one of the reasons why so many Gauls come over to him.
They're like, wow, we love what you just did. That really got the spirits and the blood flowing and boiling in us. We want to kill some Romans too. We will take your offer and join your side, and we will kill some Romans with you. We will win. And Hannibal was like, he already knew how much of a badass he was. He knew that he was outsmarting the Romans already. So now the Romans are pissed off. Like, how dare this bastard to attack our people and almost kill a consul. I think he was a consul. I'm not quite sure if Scipio was.
Scipio was a consul, yes, and he was wounded in the battle, heavily wounded.
Yeah. He's so wounded. And like the other guy that met with Scipio, I can't remember his name.
Tiberius Sempronius.
There we go.
I'm not going to know too many names after that, but I got lucky on those.
Damn. So he meets him in his tent.
Every hour this Carthaginian spends on Roman soil is an insult. We need action. Swift action before he finds his footing. Tomorrow, I march for Trebia.
As consuls, Publius and Longus shared the highest political position in Rome. Each term of office lasted just 1 year.
our armies for winter.